Agency in NEMA has confirmed that the explosion that rocked Abuja Monday afternoon was the result of a suicide bombing attempt. NEMA, in a statement released on Tuesday, disclosed that the incident occurred when someone wearing an improvised explosive device (IED) attempted to infiltrate the Mogadishu Army cantonment along the Maraba-Nyanya Expressway.
Right. Now, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, on Tuesday confirmed the death of one adult male, while several were still trapped in a building collapse in the Ikorodu area of the state. Now, LASEMA Permanent Secretary Dr. Olufemi Oke Osanyintolu, who made this known in a statement, said they got a distress alert from the area.
And now, finally, on the top 10, 8 candidates of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination abducted by pirates along the Bill waterways in the Gema local government area of Rivers State have been rescued after spending 21 days in captivity. The victims were rescued on Monday evening by local security outfit, the Royal Factory Security Services, popularly known as the Amama soldiers.
Okay, everybody getting security names now. Well, never know. Now let's jump into the front page of Nigerian newspapers this morning and bring you up to speed with what is going on in Nigeria based on the dailies, right? See a couple of dailies now. Let's begin with this one.
All right, now starting with the Daily Trust newspaper. What I see here, the biggest story, or what I say the biggest picture, seems like a congratulatory message congratulating President Bola Tinubu on his 2 years of stewardship and leadership to Nigeria. It says, celebrating 2 years of leadership and progress. I see the president right here. That message was signed by the Senator Dr. Abdulaziz Yari. Yes, okay. Now, away from that, the top story. After 1 year, PDP NEC finally meets. Well, you can find that on pages 2 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, that seems to be like he bought the entire paper.
That's right.
To say congratulations to the president.
Talking about congratulations, yet we see the Mr. President's face boldly inscribed on the face of the Nation newspaper to quite a number of organizations and CSOs congratulating the president for 2 years of outstanding service and achievement. Mostly a congratulatory message, right? And well, anyways, there's not much to say about that. Now, the big story on the front page of the Nation newspaper, PDP APC clash over one party claim has got one rider to it. Opposition attacks ruling party over economy insecurity. Find that story on page 2. Now, JAMB, WAEC go tough on exam malpractices. I'm sure the federal government are giving them a directive saying that, hey, shut down all of the CBT centers where you believe is prone to exams malpractices, right? And that's it. So they're going tough. And we see this one here on page 3, right? It says Tinubu seeks lawmakers nod to borrow 757 billion naira, then 23 billion US dollars. Others, quite a number of borrowing, and of course there's going to be a 65 million euros, grant to Nigeria too. But we see this one here to page 28. Rumpus over third term bid by Lagos Council chair. Okay, democracy at 26. There's still much to do. Let's find that one on editorial on page 21 of the Nation newspaper.
Now, it seems like the president seems to be dominating most of the papers this morning as people continue to congratulate him on his second year anniversary. Wow. How did I say that? Well, now on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper, debt heads for 180 trillion naira as Tinubu seeks fresh 34.15 trillion naira loans. Rather to that story, federal government's debt service to revenue deteriorates to 131% as experts urge caution on further borrowing. This is not the first time that we're going to talk about this. So honestly, it gets very tiring to keep saying the same thing over and over. Because I think that when we look inward, there is nothing wrong with borrowing, isn't it? But when we continue to borrow this money, and at the end of the day, there is nothing, little or nothing to show for it, it just shows that maybe we don't even know what we are doing in the first place. But
cut the president some slack. He said he was borrowing to pay pension arrears. There's so much going on.
We have no business borrowing to pay pensions. We have no business doing that.
He said infrastructural development. We don't have a business for infrastructural development too?
We do have a business with infrastructural development.
Right.
Let me tell you something, Yudi. It's just like you are borrowing money to come buy a dress for yourself.
Right.
It is not profitable.
Right.
You need that dress at the moment, but at the same time, it's just like...
It's not priority.
Exactly.
Right.
No, infrastructure is priority.
Okay.
But right now, what's happened to the other ones that have been borrowed? Who gave account? Remember that we have been taught several times that, okay, we need to get this money to do this. This is not the first time we're going to hear the story of we are borrowing this money for infrastructure. What about the one that was previously borrowed? Has anyone given you any account of this is the infrastructure we did, how many hospitals we built, primary health care centers and all of that? You know, it's a lot. I think it does not make sense that we are borrowing to pay salaries or even pensions. It's good to pay pensions, but Nigeria as a country has everything to look inward.
Right.
If we are borrowing, then it should be for the sake that we are looking towards the profit level, that we'll remain with something even after we repay these loans.
Okay.
See what's going with the debt servicing and everything. Even the experts are saying that it's getting too much. You know that it's just, I think our situation could be likened to a man who goes to go play a draft or all those things. They bet and bet. The only thing he comes back with, just himself, the way he came from his mama's womb, just like that, because
still wearing clothes.
everything, they will take it off. So
Right.
at the end of the day, it would just be a case of Nigeria just standing outside without clothes. And it's not going to make any sense at all.
Well, just to remind you, we are heading to 180
Exactly. You
billion.
see how it is.
Well, we'll just take a short breather now. We'll be right back in a short bit. Pay some bills and don't go away.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Meet the Infinix Note 50 series, defined by pioneers who push boundaries. Its ultra-resilient armor alloy metal frame design gives you that slick, top-notch style. Unlock efficiency with intelligence of the one-tap Infinix AI and circle to search anything on your phone with Google. Need power in a flash? 90 watts fast charge rockets you from 0 to 100% in 38 minutes. Exclusive deals at authorized stores. Get your Note 50 now. The Infinix
102.3 Abuja.
All right, it's still the newspaper review segment of the breakfast show, and we are on to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. With the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the big story that we find on here will be this one that says, Tinubu writes, National Assembly seeks 21.5 billion US dollars. External loan, 758 billion naira pension bond. You'd find that big story on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, I'm saying the peak, the height, the apogee, the top of it, the zenith. You'd find this one on page 16. Federal government directs 3-year ban on students' courts in exams malpractices. All right, it's got one writer to it now. JAMB, WAEC, NECO to ban centers involved in exam fraud. All right, step in the right direction, you might say. INEC still recognizes Anyanwu as PDP National Secretary. A report holds and has got one writer to it. Committee urges PDP to follow due process on Southeast's replacement demand. So we see this one, and it sees us too. APC plotting 1-year rule out of APC plotting one-party rule out of fear of 2027 defeat. PDP NEC is saying that these writers follow, we will never succumb to intimidation exclusion. Governors are saying that. NEC to discuss National Secretary position June 30. I won't attend PDP meetings until Wike or some others are expelled. Sule Lamido saying that one now. Page 3 or pages 3 and 4 you'd find at the base of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper now. Troops foil ISWAP attack in Marte, kill scores, recover explosives. Page 13. Let's see this one on page 10. 1.2 million Nigerians displaced by floods in 2024. NEMA is saying that. I guess now that the rains is gearing, closer and all of that. Muslims to observe Eid al-Kabir Friday, June 6th. All right. Page 6. In anticipation. Happy observance. Now to page 21 now. One dies, many trapped in a Korodu building collapse, right? And then to page 13. Ex-PDP chairman's son, accomplice, jailed 14 years for 2.2 billion naira subsidy scam. Awesome. All right, well, that's where we will be living it for the Nigerian Tribune newspaper now.
All right, now coming to the Punch newspaper, the biggest story is still about borrowings and, of course, where Nigeria stands in her debt capacity. Well, this one says fresh $24 billion borrowing may balloon Nigeria's debt to 183 trillion naira. You said that already.
Yeah.
Well, rather to that story, NAS said to approve Tinubu's loan request. Foreign debt near $70 billion. Economists worry over high debt servicing. That can be found on page 17 of the Punch newspaper. And now still looking just beside the Punch newspaper logo, it says PDP NEC under pressure as INEC validates Wiki-backed secretary, page 2. And moving away from that, NFIU probes 48 billion naira suspicious transfers to Dubai, Hong Kong. That can be found on page 7. Now, UD, coming back to that PDP story, remember you said something about Sule Lamido, saying that if these people are not expelled, then he cannot attend.
Yeah, he won't be attending the next
anything that has
meetings
to
and
do
anything with the PDP.
What do you think?
I see you. Red. That's what's going on.
And at this point, I think the FCT minister has the PDP. It's like he's like a clog in their throat.
Yeah.
Well, they can't spit him out and they can't swallow him, so he's just stuck in their throat somewhere.
Look,
where he's just there. Like,
would you blame the FCT minister? Would you blame Nyesom Wike? I mean, Nyesom Wike has been a key player, especially when it comes to the PDP. I mean, he has invested so much. Even at a time after
a lot of people left.
Do you understand? Nyesom Wike has been there. He has been like the financier. Now, if you take a look at what went down with the plaza where the PDP has a secretariat and all that.
Plaza.
Where they said, where it is said that, look, they've not paid ground rent for over 24 years or 10 years now. It's laughable, but it's serious. Do you know what one of the PDP key commandos had said? He said, this is Nyesom Wike is like PDP. He would have just paid that money off. Really? He would have just paid that money off.
You know, that is just the whole issue of ground rent is just one of the many issues confronting the PDP at the moment, because it's a whole lot. And like I said, the minister seems to have the party on a chokehold.
That's right.
And some people might want to cut him some slack, like you said, because right from the time when every other person had left, even those who are calling for his suspension at this point, they left the party. So it's more like it's safe to say he is the monster that these people created, because you cannot say that you love a political. It's okay to shift ground, but when you move out of your home, you move away and live for weeds to grow, and someone else comes to
cultivate.
Exactly, like take care of the house and everything. You come back years later to say that, oh, okay, this is my property. You have to. I don't think that any political party is anyone's birthright, but at the same time, some people might want to say, okay, I have the equal rights to this particular political party because of the certain sacrifices that I made. Because this man literally funded the party when nobody was there to do the job. So he feels like, okay, I own the party, literally. But some people are now like, okay, he's doing too much. It may not look good, but like I said, he is the monster. That the inadequacies, or should I say the actions and inactions of the people who left at the time created, they left a gap, and he decided to fill it in. So,
I'll call him the angel. He is the angel. You say he is the angel for the PDP now, and the fate of PDP actually
is dependent
on him. It's just what it is. Well, we're moving away now from the Punch newspaper and looking at the Guardian newspaper now. Ooh, it's just one big story right there, and this one says. Okay. Oh, remember today is Menstrual Hygiene Day. Oh, yeah. It's not just in Nigeria. It's a Happy World Menstrual Hygiene Day, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag period friendly world. Okay, May 28 it is. And of course, together we can. That's what it is. 10 million girls in Nigeria alone cannot afford sanitary pads. Are you aware of that?
Very
Okay.
sad statistics, I must say.
Be that helping
Very
hand.
sad.
Be that helping hand. Now we see this big story, of course, still on the loans. Fresh loans may push Nigeria's debt to 182 trillion, not billion, naira. Okay. All right, that's what it is for the Guardian newspaper. I think that will be all now. Now let's open the phone lines officially so that you can have your voice heard loudly and clearly. Do not forget, 1 minute 30 seconds or 35 seconds for the voice call as well as for the voice note. So let's just go straight to the point. Why is this happening now? This is so that every other family member can have their voices heard loudly and clearly as well. Okay. All right. So we see that call coming through. But let's hand down the numbers to you. 0907 353 0044 or 0908 766 8888. The WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450.
Hello.
Yes, good
Good morning.
morning. Yes, good morning.
Good morning to you, Moses.
From Suleja.
Yes, Moses, welcome aboard.
I think there is one striking issue that I listened to one of your headlines,
Yeah.
which the federal government is now planning again to demanding from the Senate for another borrowing, external borrowing.
Exactly.
I think I may recommend as my own personal suggestion that please help us get an expert, economic expert on your station to educate us more on by line on this issue.
Okay.
The past borrowing, what have they done with it? How were they able to account of the past borrowing? The sister over there, your colleague, made a powerful valid point. We speak volume. You borrow to go and buy shirt. No income on the shirt you put on. I think in our economic meltdown, when you are borrowing, borrow and invest in a thing that will produce money to avenge the challenge of economic on the ground. You are going outside to borrow money. You told us one time that when you remove oil subsidy, the issue of borrowing will be less or will not go for external borrowing. Is that not what they told us as a Nigerian?
Mm-hmm.
Is that not so? That is why they remove oil subsidy. You get my point now?
Yeah.
I think this government, they have not structured a system where they follow their manifestos. If they should tell Nigeria that the reason why we are removing oil subsidy is to what? Is to avoid external what? External borrowing. So what are you telling us? Now look at one statement that they made. Borrow money from external to pay pension. Pension for that matter. Pension is one of their
Pension is one of it. Healthcare.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think that with our income in this country, can't we pay the pensioners? So my own recommendation, they should cut down their cost. They should cut down their cost. Because borrowing external money, say you want to do road, you want to do that, you want to do this, they should cut down their cost. Then finally, they should also make sure that the money they have borrowed, they should give account for what they have done with that money.
Okay.
They shouldn't pile up external debt for children and generation to come. Enough is enough. Nigeria is tired. We are solving the money you borrow. What is the dividend do we enjoy? The oil subsidy you remove, what are the dividends? I rest my case.
All right, thank you, Moses. Right there. Well, that conversation would have come today at 9, but yeah, we'll just shift it till tomorrow. It's a very crucial one, so we'll have to take our time to really talk about it tomorrow, Moses. Yeah, but let's go take this one here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Ndebe.
Deva, good morning.
Deve.
Hello,
Yeah, good morning to you. King K, is it?
Ndebe. Oh, come on, the network is so bad.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
so
getting-
bad. You might have as well want to call us back right there. Let's take some more calls right now. Okay.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to
good
you.
Morning.
About Boloyi.
What's your name,
Yes.
please?
What's your name? What's your name? Okay.
You tell us your name. Okay, Okwi, stop playing this silly game. All right? Hello. Hello, good morning.
Oh,
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
wonderful. What is happening to the network? Hello?
Can
Yes,
you hear
you are
us? We
being
can hear
heard.
you. All right, that's a miss. Taking this one. Hello, good morning.
Yes, you can hear me. The network is perfect here.
Okay.
What's your name? Where you calling?
My name is Joseph Danley.
All right.
Ndene. Ndene, is that your language? Greetings.
Undeve. That's Tiv.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Abuja, please. This issue of...
Please, when you do give us a call, especially on the show, we just want to intimate you, let us into where in Abuja you're calling from. And that also entails the voice notes, okay? It's very important, please. All right. Hello. Good morning. Hello? Yeah. Good morning, please. Can you hear us now?
Yeah. I'm hearing. I'm very, very hearing.
All right. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Kincaid. All right. Where are you calling from, please? Where are you calling from?
Calling from New York.
All right. Talk to us. Talk to us. Let's get into it.
Thank you very much. I just want to just say something, and I'll be brief.
Yeah.
Rather than all these deflections and people moving from one party to the other, there was one thing I told you, and I still repeat it, and I will end the call. The only thing that cancels insult is result.
Right.
APC give us results. There will be, in fact, nobody will glamour, nobody will talk about one party system because it will be no need for it. We will all campaign for APC. So rather than moving from one party to the other, every day we keep hearing this. I want to just remind APC of their promises, which we've never seen results. My sister is there, people from Benue State are listening, people from Plateau State are listening, and other parts of Nigeria.
Right.
You promised insecurity. Where is the result now? Thank you. I rest my
Promise
case.
security, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Said
I guess
insecurity.
it was a miss of tongue right there. But we're taking more calls now. But just before we do so, let's head out, pay some bills, head on for a recess, and you know how it goes. It is Eagles Morning Risers Breakfast Show, and this is The Pages. You call it the newspaper review segment on the show.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Abuja, you're in luck. It's the upgrade promo from my Abuja Home Limited. For their Broadwater estate and plots in Gwagwalada, get 250 square meter for just 700k when you make an outright payment. That's a whopping 81% discount, or go premium with 500 square meters for only 1 million naira. That's 80% of the original price of 5 million naira. With our authentic FCT land document, you have no issues at all. We have a flexible payment plan for up to 12 months for your convenience. Get your land in Broadwater Estate, Paiko, Gwagwalada now, with green environment, accessible roads, power supply, guaranteed security, and lots more. Call or WhatsApp my Abuja Home on 0808 883 7426, 0808 883 7426, or 0808 272 3824, 0808 272 3824. Hurry now, promo ends soon. These opportunities also open to military personnel. My Abuja Home Limited. Affordable. Live the life.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Promised Land Estates brings you 60% discount on our Apo Tafi and Idu Estate lands. Green City now sells for the following: 4.8 million naira for 200 square meters as against 12 million naira. 300 square meters sells for 7.2 million naira as against 18 million. You can get our 450 square meters lot for 10.8 million naira as against 27 million naira. Wow! What are you waiting for? Now for our Idu corridor. It is 3.2 million naira for 200 square meters as against the FEMA price of 8 million naira. 300 square meters goes for 4.8 million naira instead of 12 million. Do not procrastinate. The time to own your own lands in these choice areas is now. Call the head of sales, Fortune, on 081 1997 0877 or 080 32 60 0520.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, still taking your calls and your reaction now. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. Okay. Still not ready just yet. Hello, good morning. Hello? All right, I guess the network playing tricks now. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. What's your name? Where you calling from, please?
This is Danley. I'm calling from Lugbe.
All right, Daniel, talk to us. Go ahead.
Danley.
All right. Danley, okay. Danley.
Yes.
All right.
Danley. See, my brother, on a very serious note, as a matter of fact, the way we comment in an issue that has to do generally with our life and property, to me, I feel it's, excuse that word, very myopia and cowardice.
Okay.
On a serious note, I'm a father. My children are dying. All right? I'm a father that has this paraphernalia of the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
Right.
And I have everything at my disposal to take care of my children's school fees and everything. My children are dying. And what am I doing? Sometimes I go to the club, dance, or maybe travel to overseas and come back, living ostentatious life. I don't understand Mr. Tinubu on a very serious note.
Well, he's the president.
We are all heading for the precipice. How can you keep borrowing without accounting for it? Nigerians should stand up and tell this man the home truth. If we don't do that, my brother, our lives are at stake. Those that are dying, it's like your own biological brothers and sisters. And nobody cares. And he's there talking of 2027 with his cronies. All these things don't make sense. Such a bountifully blessed country in your hands, and it's being messed up. Nigerians, rise up peacefully and tell this man the home truth.
Okay.
The external debt has risen up to, how much do you say? 100 and...
we're heading to 180 trillion naira. Heading to it.
So
180 trillion dollars, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, just think about it, my brother. You and I, our children, the generation yet unborn, how can they survive with this type of mess?
Well, I get
a man that I'm not campaigning for anybody. Right. A man that said that he will go into production in March, and this man is like a miser. He knows how to control things. It's not business as usual. We jettison this man and dump him to one side because of pride. And look at what we have now. No shame, no nothing, no conscience. Right. Very heartless.
Well, Dan, for one time, so that we can get other family
members. All right. May God keep blessing Nigeria. Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danley. Very passionately. Honestly, Danley, you've spoken from your heart, and it resonates loudly. We should just quickly take this one then, and we head out to the WhatsApp. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Apostle Life.
Yeah, God bless you, Daniel, for notifying me. What about Omoife?
She's fine. She's good.
Yes, Omoife, my greeting.
Yeah.
So my take goes like this.
Apostle, where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from Apo, Damangasa Apo in Abuja here.
Go ahead, Apostle.
So my take is like other callers have said what on my mind, but let me just make small input before my time was exhausted. If you fail to give us results, why are you still there? Those that colonize us, if they couldn't give results, they resign. Only Nigeria in Africa, if you are not giving results, you keep on saying that you want to continue. Where people are dying on daily basis, on television, on radio, you will see death here and there. Had it been that this government of Tinubu, had it been he fight this insecurity, security to the best of our knowledge, nobody will campaign for him. We will just say, okay, carry go. But people that a woman like me and you, every day dying, and they keep on endorsing him that he will continue. Is it to continue that this problem will continue with us? We move the resources. People are dying in hunger. Go to our hospital. No medicine. No, if you don't have money, sorry, it's your name. And you say you want to continue. May God touch his mind so that we know that he did not give result. Let us change him and get another person. If the person couldn't get it right, we look for another person until we get it right in this country. Thank you, Barrister Daniel.
Thank you.
My name remains Apostle Osula.
That's right.
Amen.
You too. Bye, Apostle. Have a great day. Maybe we can squeeze in one more call, and then we'll call it. We'll just get to the WhatsApp portal right there. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Yudi.
Yes. Good morning to you, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And all our highly esteemed callers and listeners. Felix from Lambert.
Felix, welcome aboard. Talk to us.
2 years of hunger, pain, depression, and suffering. We are celebrating. We are pouring accolade on the master and the presiding officer of hunger, pain, poverty, wretchedness, debauchery, unfortunate. And our deaths are increasing on daily basis. Daniel, do we still have future for this country? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you, Felix.
With this trajectory, do you still think that Nigeria will be great again?
We will be great, Felix. I believe in that.
It's a question.
Right.
Thank you.
I understand. Rhetorical. I get that. Anyways, though, we'll just head out and see for ourselves what's going on via the Facebook page wall and see your messages. I mean, we tell you that there is a television that we are hosting on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Go on there right now. Go on there. Show us that love and click the subscribe button, with the YouTube channel and just give us your viewership. And that would be very important. And beyond all of that, the most important would be for you to engage. So send in your comment in the comment section and we will herald your thoughts, right? Do the same with Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. And of course, we have a couple of family members all outside the shores of Abuja now, outside Abuja. And this one is coming from Ozo Francis Ndamani.
All right, he says, good morning, my people in the studio.
That's right.
Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. He goes on to say, Mr. President should desist from further borrowings to save the image of this country. Let him begin to diversify and harness Nigeria's abundant natural resources to better the living standards of Nigerians. Thanks and God bless you. He goes on to say the incessant killings in Benue, Plateau and other parts of the country by bandits and suspected headers are really worrisome and nothing to write home about. Where are we going from here?
Right.
The appropriate authorities should do everything possible to forestall future occurrences. May God help us. Amen.
Amen to that one, though, Ozal. Thank you. Well, we'll just head out now, take on all of the voice notes, and then we'll get to the WhatsApp messages that you have sent on here via this platform. Let's start with this one right here and right now.
Good morning, Eagles FM. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Daniel.
Daniel. Yes.
Straight to the point, I want to talk about federal government borrowing money again.
Yes.
I thought with the removal of fuel subsidy, this issue of borrowing would be the things of the past. Nevertheless, if we are borrowing money now, what are they using the money for? Let's tell ourselves that we are facing the reality. Things has never been hard as it is right now in Nigeria. The cost of living is very high, and the purchasing power of the naira is very weak. And we are borrowing money to fund what? That's just a question. What are we using the money for? Please, I want to urge the media to monitor and track and enlighten Nigeria how the government use this borrow money for. Let us know what they are borrowing money for. We are not seeing it. We are not feeling the impact. I pray that we get it right one day. God bless Nigeria. God bless Eagles FM. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Selassie now.
Good morning to Udok Daniel Kasi. I greet you. I want to sincerely appreciate you for being there with Udok Daniel. And sincerely appreciate you for that. I want to talk about the loan this Tinubu government collecting again. Honestly, this government, they say if they remove subsidy, there will be plenty of money. And I remember he said he's going to continue from where Buhari stopped. If you could remember, Buhari borrow, and most of the money we are stole. So remember the former accountant general that allegedly stole about 30 billion. How much did they recover from him? How about Nigerian Air? How about the former minister of humanitarian? And the same thing is going to be continuing in this government. Remember that at his first time, the president borrowed 750 million for renewable energy project. I don't know whether we have steady energy. He still borrowed $500 million for women empowerment. I don't know whether our women have been empowered. He still borrowed about $700 million again for enhancing girls' education. I don't see all this project. And our debt rose to 183 trillion in this government. In fact, they have come to continue for where Buhari stopped. Whatever that happened, we are all into it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Selassie there. Some strong statements. Usman from Central area in Abuja now.
Good morning, Mr. Odwok. Daniel Usman Dora is my name. Borrowing again. So I'm just confused about this government. The other time I had the complaint of a custom Bishop Adewale saying that they exceeded their target, they made more money. Also, the chairman, Federal Revenue Service, Zacchaeus Adedeji, was also they exceeded their target, they got enough money. Yet, government is borrowing money. Same thing with the ND, Nimasa. They have made so much money, and they're still borrowing money again to do what? With no impact on the citizens in this country. Borrowing, taxes, taxing people, borrowing more money, taxing people. At the same time, you have made more money. You are still borrowing. What kind of policy is this? What kind of policies are this? I'm confused. I don't know what to say. Borrowing, taxing people. You are making more money, making more revenue. What is the money for? You remove subsidies. Still, you are borrowing. When you talk, people come after you. We should give them time. 2 years. We should give them time for 2 years. Since they are becoming poorer, the rich are becoming poorer. Only very few are benefiting in these government policies. No problem. I'm happy. Poverty and insecurity does not select victims. We're all in it. Bye.
Okay, borrowing. And don't forget JAMB. The current JAMB headed by the registrar has also brought in so much revenue than JAMB has ever brought in ever since its inception. Well, we'll get to this one here now.
Mr. Ayudi, this is Triple D from Waru.
D, good morning.
Greetings to all our callers and listeners.
Yeah.
The man with a golden voice.
Yes,
let me make it very clear for you. You see this borrowing? I don't want to talk about it because at least I have that foresight that God has maybe guided and directed me to understand something small. All this money they are borrowing is against 2027, right? So that they can easily manipulate everybody to one direction. If they leave this borrowing close to election, Nigeria will say that they are borrowing for election. So for now, our mind is not there, but some of us we already know. We have mineral resources. We have a minister of mineral resources and whatever we call it in this country. What are they using the money for? We have resources like oil. What are they using the money for? We have subsidy that you have removed. Where are the money? And then the executive and the judiciary, there is no proper check and balance because of the system we have. We will get it right. I say I will explain very soon. But remember, it is the masses. If we know what we want, we are about to get there. Nigeria will get it right. Mark my word. Good morning, Eagles FM. Good morning, great callers. Selassie, I greet you.
Right, 28th of May, 2025. Marking your words.
Barrister, good morning. Senator I'm Alina Justice Princess. Good morning. Hear your voice, sweet. Borrowing. Do you know how many since 2023? Do you know how many borrowing that this present government borrowing? There's one of the borrowing like it's $7.5 billion. The other one, $500 billion. The other one, $800 billion. The other one, $700 billion. The other one, $2.5 billion. The other one, $1.7 billion. I haven't finished. Why? Because I will calculate the months. That's the amount. Barrister, this is how we found ourselves. We were thinking Mr. President will come and do the needful of this country. We don't know. Mr. President has carried out all the wealth of this country, put them into his shoe. Its House of Representatives will collect 1 billion naira, either in a month or in a 3 month. Where are we heading to? Nigerians, wake up, collect your money 2027. Go and vote. Better person. Thank you.
All right. Nigerians, wake up. Collect your money. Reminds me of that song with Keith Daniel. Now, anyways, let's get on to this one now. This should be from BB Blessing.
My mistake. You don't get another pattern and no colors, eh? What about my sister? Good morning, my name is BB Blessing. Greet our caller. Greet the man of my people. God will bless you now.
Good morning.
I want to say something. You know, I say we must come and vote. We must come and vote. We not go give up. Now, the person not do it, will continue. Then I remember the vote when we go vote. We do not give out the winner. We go let us follow them. And because we don't make the decision for which way they will stand up. because they make the say Nigeria, when they forgive them, they don't know what they not do well for Nigeria. But who go forgive them that time? The people who they die go forgive them. That's why we call president. We don't know who they rule us, whether my son they rule us or whether my president they rule us or they continue rule us well. And people they are dying, our army they are dying. I beg our state of general police. Now they bring our result and army, not the easy army itself. Our general police, they are down, pata. Now we our result is for hand because now the police where they die Nigeria where they vote. So our channel now, our police, now go channel our channel for AMEC. AMEC, I know say they better be balam. They better be balam. Make this man really come on. Make him for 8 years really come on. All this all we dey talk, we just dey talk. We know what to share people blood. Bye. BB they say we know what to share people blood because they are children.
All right, BB, you overshot the time right there, 1 minute 30 seconds or 1 minute 35 seconds. But yes, your voice loudly and clearly has been heard. Taking this one now.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Uduak.
Yes,
my name is GB from Lifecamp.
Welcome aboard.
The president wrote the Senate. We want to borrow some billions of dollars. And I'm seeing a lot of who and cry about this. Saying why this man borrowing money. You know, you can't give what you don't have. When you are not informed, you are not informed. You can't get it anywhere. You have to be informed. When the president submitted the budget, a deficit budget, that he want to borrow up to like 13-point-something trillion naira, where were they? They don't know the meaning of the deficit. Like they should have gone to National Assembly at that time and stopped the budget that did not approve budget deficit. Now they were there, the Senate and the Assembly approved the budget, they signed into law. And if anyone want to now borrow the money, according to our constitution, you have to National Assembly say, I want to borrow this money, approve it for me. Now it become who and cry. Now you want to borrow official away. I laugh so when I hear some things on radio. I laugh. It showed some high level of not being informed or ignorance, I would say. The president is borrowing money to fund the economy, the capital budget. It will be only an offense if he borrow money to pay salary. That one I will not support. The capital project is borrowing money. I'll be paying our debt. Now our debt to revenue is about 60%. We have been paying our debt. I'll be paying our debt. Thank you.
Okay. All righty. GB says that now. Well. Let's go see this one here. Thank you, GB, by the way. Let's go take this one now.
Good morning. This is Anthony Witness speaking from Suleja. Quickly, I just want to find out where is the process of fuel subsidy? Where is it? Now in the bank, any single transaction attracts a huge amount of money. That is tax. Where is the money going? Where is the money from natural resources like petroleum and the rest? What of that of the solid mineral, especially in the middle belt and in the north? Where are all these monies, this process? Where are they? I just want to ask just one simple question I would want you to help us investigate. I remember some years back, probably like 3 years ago, that federal government also borrowed from pension fund. They borrowed pension fund. I just want you to help us as a journalist investigate and confirm that also borrowing everywhere and nothing to show for it. Have a good day.
All right, Anthony Witness right there. Okay, that's a lot. Where is the money from a fuel subsidy? Those monies have been given to the state governors. Yeah, that's right. Yes. The state governors have been smiling to the bank recently, of course, ever since the fuel subsidy was removed. Where the money's coming from the banks? All that I can't tell. I don't know. Can't say. I mean, it's not being put out there for us to know where exactly these monies are channeled. But yeah, as regards the other aspects, and yes, that one you mentioned, there was a time indeed the federal government dipped his hands into, the pensions. I mean, I think that pension was about for those who had not claimed their pensions yet. It was just lying fallow and all of that, federal government, with a promise that, we will give it back and stuff like that. Nigerians raised an uproar at the time and said, no, that's so wrong. Please don't do that and all of that. That these monies, please, are for people who had served meritoriously. But did the federal government listen? I think that's part of why we also saw the 30 million ways and means that finally came up during the Buhari administration from the central bank and all of that. We're still talking about it up until now, though. We've not really seen a way out in that regard. But yeah.
I think it's also very important to put into perspective that the same federal government of Nigeria has said that the EFCC and ICPC recovered at least $967.5 billion and 277 billion naira.
Right.
So if we are looking to borrow, why not channel that money? Because looking at the amount that the president wants to borrow, we are being told that it's looking for the foreign loan of $21.54 billion.
That's right.
And the federal government is also telling us that it has recovered $967.5 billion. So it's more than enough. That is why people are asking the questions. Where are these monies?
Well,
Where is the money?
Just
That
as
is the
Jimmy
question.
said, just as Jimmy said, ignorance. I think we're educating ourselves now. Ignorance.
I think he's trying to insinuate
There is also a 65
that Nigerians are quite wrong for asking the right
Yeah,
questions.
well.
Because the right questions are being asked. This is not the first. There is nothing wrong with borrowing. I think it's very important that we always establish that.
That's right.
But it's the accountability. If you are telling us that you recovered close to $100 billion, then you should tell us where that money has been channeled and why you need to go outside to go borrow another money when some monies have been recovered from looted funds. So it's just
Cassie,
complicated.
The EFCC has been called the watchdog of a society. Now, who watches this dog? Okay. I'll leave it there. Right, let's just go take this one right here now. And Anthony Witness, I bet you've got something right there. But let's go take this one.
Cassandra, good morning. Is Edwa?
Yes, please.
Edwa, you are aware that Cassandra, she's from my place?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. My name is Honorable Edward calling from Apple. I want to talk about those papers. I didn't hear anything from my state, and I'm so happy about it because any news that comes from Benue State is always about death. Fiame's man has killed, this one has kidnapped, motor accident, and like that. Today, I didn't hear any news like that from Benue. I don't know whether there's another one. Pray if you continue like that. But we don't have that many power, don't have that many at all. That is why the killing is going on in Benue State. They are interested in politics taking over, being in charge of structures. That is why they left the farmers to be killed like dog, to be like goat. That is God. Lamido Abi, the former governor, he said Wike will not attend anything until Wike is suspended. I am assuring you that man will be the first person to be suspended. Because what I know is that Wike, I'm a politician, I know what is happening. Wike has taken over structure of PDP. And imagine someone who is one leg in the APC, one leg in PDP. He's in charge of PDP. At the state level, he has taken over everything. In my state, I know what happened. So the man should prepare to be suspended before Wike. Thank you and God bless.
Well, talking about Benue State, thank you, Honorable Edwards. Talking about Benue State, your state governor, talking about Hyacinth Alia, is lamenting profusely military's inability to tame Benue killers. In fact, this is coming as a clampback to some of the All Progressives Congress, in Benue State, loyal to Secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, claiming that the governor lacked the capacity to handle the state's growing insecurity. Right, but the governor has expressed frustration over the worsening insecurity going on in the state there. Through his media aide, Kula Terso, the governor lamented that even with the deployment of additional security personnel and visits by security chiefs, not even a single terrorist had been apprehended. Well, that's what is going on. Probably that's why we're not hearing so much from Benue State now. But anyways, Honorable Edwards, I get your point. It's loud, it's clear. But we'll just get on now to the messages via the WhatsApp and put it out there what you say, right? Now, we see this one here. It says it's coming from FGE. Lion Boy from FG in Local Goma. Good morning, Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you. I thought our president has removed subsidy and he said the money recovered would be used to settle issues like this. So why borrowing again? Well, I'm going to borrow to buy shirt now. Buy. This is going based on what you said. He's going to buy shirt now. All right, let's go take this one.
All right, says Samuel from Kuje. Good morning to you, my brother Obong Udwak Daniel.
Good morning to you.
Sister Cassandra. Good morning.
Yeah.
Congratulations and welcome to another new day. Happy Children's Day. Ooh, thank you. Always a baby.
Appreciate.
Congratulations to the president on his 2 years in office that have increased hunger, insecurity, kidnapping, banditry, accidents on our roads and waterways. Primary school teachers in FCT on strike for over 2 months, borrowing money to enslave the masses, leaving our schools, hospitals in shambles. Yes, congratulations for fulfilling his campaign promises of continuing where Buhari stopped, pushing the masses in the country. But remember that posterity will judge each and every one of us, whether for doing good or bad. Have a happy Children's Day celebration, UD and Gussie, and have a great and safe day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, though. Appreciate this one. Now, let's go take this one very quickly. I just want to hear, says Udwak, God has answered my prayer, and many Nigerians over the compulsory voting bill proposed by Tajuddin Abbas. Indeed, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin, has made U-turn by withdrawing the anti-people's bill. Yeah, I mentioned that yesterday. Indeed, big congratulations to us, honestly. He says, I was one of those who vehemently went against the proposed bill. I prayed for the bill not to see the light of day and that the bill should be dead on arrival. God be the glory, he says, it came to pass. This is the second bill proposed by Tajuddin Abbas that has failed to see the light of day. Tajuddin Abbas should please focus his energy on bills that would alleviate the suffering of the masses and bills to guarantee free and fair election than trivialities. The handlers of Abbas should always put on their reasoning cap before making any move. This is an embarrassment to the Speaker himself, its constituency, and the entire House of Representatives. The second bill from the Speaker that happened to be dead on arrival. What a shame. All right, Ogenamano now from Angwan Adamu, Nasarawa State. All righty.
All right, this one says, good morning, Eagles FM. Borrowing is not a bad idea. Borrowing is only bad when scale of preference is not adopted before you move to borrow. You don't borrow before scale of preference. Productive scale of preference before borrowing must bring good results, not to borrow and pay salary. Government doesn't use scale of preference. Government uses marginal cost. We are closer to a kind of Venezuela economy.
Let's not be closer.
Jahi.
Venezuela, no, please. But anyway, Joseph, we get it. And honestly, that's like a serious, outline that you put out there. And they better open their ears this time. This one coming from Joseph Jojo from Piaca. It's been a while, my brother. Oh, good morning to you, he says. Well, with this kind of leaders we have, we are going backward, and if we don't do something, we will continue to go back. God bless Nigeria, he says. Let's move away from that now and get to this one right here and on here.
All right, it says, when I talk about our leaders and the way they behave in this country, it looks like I'm not patriotic. Since this administration came in, it's been borrowing without seeing the results. They removed fuel subsidy and made Nigerians believe that once it's done, that there will be enough money for debt settlement and others. 2 years down the line, no one has accounted for the money realized from removal from fuel subsidy. Nigerians paying through their nose to buy fuel. Now you want to borrow to settle pension. So what's the need for removing fuel subsidy? Good riddance to bad rubbish. Arachino so from Suleja.
All right, appreciate that one though. We can't go any further. More messages about two of them. I think James is one of such, and well, I'm so sorry, Tekenby. We can't go any further too, as well as you, Abaz. Thank you, far too kind. But at the 9 o'clock hour, we'll be looking at that police, station brutality issue, and look at how we can salvage these things. I mean, somebody once said that the police, if the police can get it rightly, then maybe we will just be able to weather the storm come 2027. Says that, and I quote, well, thank you far too kind for joining the discourse at exactly in the end, the next hour, in this hour rather, we will be having Sports and Eagles Wings with our sports minister on Radio Smore, Vika Vik, all the way from Belkuta in Ogun State, reporting live and giving us some updates as to what's going on with the National Sports Festival. My name is Udwak Daniel though, and I've got my dear.
Right, my name is Cassandra Yunimbe. Thanks for listening.